Timestamp March 5th, 2026. It's about 10 till 8 a.m., 7:50-ish. Tiny's got a doctor's appointment today at 10. Pix is supposed to be here at 9 for transport. So many choices. Not a bad thing. Rather have options than none. Right? Yeah. Feeling special. Nope. Been up for a little while. Took a shower. Yeah, even me. Went through some more stuff, boxed some things. As, must be a normal day. It's a day that ends in Y. And I find myself saying that a lot. Why? Oh, hey, Hex. Hey. You okay? You alright? You got snot running down your nose. Appropriately or not, I have the sinus cat. It's probably appropriate, right? It's a good thing Mom's not here. She'd chase you with a wipey. Yeah, flick your tail. At the mere mention of such an atrocity. She does too, it's funny. She'll sneeze and get the bogies going, and you'll hear the plastic from the wipey thing and just be like, oh, nope, I'm out. It's hilarious. So, I'll work on my tables for a couple minutes. I can actually get in here. Oh, dear God. Do my daily recording, and then I'm going to check to make sure Tiny is actually awake, functional, moving around out of the crypt, Health check. I feel okay. Not so much on the chest tightness and all that. Not this morning. It comes and goes. Is there still anxiety-ish stuff going on? Well, yeah. If you know my situation, you know why. So, I feel like a broken record sometimes. And y'all probably think I'm a broken record, but it is, to a degree, heck sneezing, a consuming thing, because you cannot escape the fact that my dad is in some way, shape, or form dying. You could make the argument, I heard a preacher a long time ago, which was a sobering thing, say that because the way we're made, basically, once we turn 18, from that point forward, we are dying. The idea that we reach our peak at 18 and then start to degrade. It's a rather sobering thought, right? The idea that if you're like in your 20s, you have already started to die. It can change your life perspective a little bit, though. The idea of living life to the fullest. And I'm guilty of not necessarily doing that either. Putting things off and whatnot. Trying to not do that anymore. But it's what we as men folk are taught to do, right? You still have responsibilities. You can't not fulfill your responsibilities. But according to everything I've ever seen from like hospice nurses and nurses in general, the main like deathbed confession of men is that they spent so much time working they didn't spend time doing things they wanted to do and or with their families. I'm 55. I know that I have done that. And I know that, some of the retail work, not so much. I know that when we were running the shop, this may sound goofy, but I felt kind of fulfilled. Initially, we were just trying to run a business, and then it turned into a cult. No, but realized wasn't just a business, it was almost a movement. We had been making a difference in people's lives, like, not just selling them things, but actually an influence in their lives, which, when somebody tells you that your interaction with them is what made them reconsider suicide, like not committing, and you didn't know that had happened, that is a wild, sobering conversation statement to be given. And I had at least a half a dozen people tell me that. At least over that period of time that we were running the shop. So when I say what I say, I'm not trying to make myself sound cool or anything like that. It's a weird thing to be told, So yeah, we made a difference with a few. There were a few starfish, The story that throwing the starfish in the water sticks in my head. Wasn't expecting those. Ow. All right. Got boxes everywhere. What's that about? Got about her. That's not good. Got like a rogue brush hair sticking way out. There we go. That could cause problems. Yeah. Much better. Got like 6, I think like 4 medium totes and 2 banker boxes. Kind of sorted, gone through, labeled, and into storage yesterday. Went that way. It was much bigger and more calamitous in the form that it was received. So, condensing, trying to organize, because there's no organization really to be spoken for with the way that we found things here. I mean, some of the boxes of glassware are pretty much cut and dry, all glassware, but they're packed horribly in the respect of there's an excess of newspaper, like, almost an entire section of newspaper, like 5, 6, 10 pages of newspaper wrapping a glass, and it's like, that'll keep it safe, and it also takes up about twice the room it needs to. Right now, space is a thing, because, my God. So, just unwrapping it, making sure it is what it looks like it is. Because again, there's still like heirloomy stuff that's missing, and I never know. My dad's got advanced dementia. These last couple years here, he was in moderate / advanced. And we think Mom was in mild moderate, based on some of the things that we're discovering and looking back on some of the conversations we had, the rather confusing conversations. Fish people aside. So, and she wasn't real mobile. She'd get out of breath walking 20 feet, so she wasn't really keeping an eye on him. Keep hearing the caterpillar from Labyrinth, man. Things aren't always what they seem in this place, so you can't take anything for granted. And that's here. No, really. And even though he's embarrassed by it, I think it's cool. I thought it was cool when I was a kid. My dad can't sing like Bowie, but he does have mismatched eyes, which apparently always embarrassed him. I think it's cool. Seriously, he has one brown eye, one hazel eye. Not one blue, one green, because I think Bowie has like one blue, one green, or had. Which also, kind of cool, I think. Looking for those little white patches that are still sticking out from the primer. I don't mind the whole marbled kind of look. That can actually be kind of cool. But I don't want like little streaks of white, Throws it off. Oh, looking pretty good. Missed the spot. There we go. Got to kind of hold it up to the light. Let it get hit with every angle. So that's when you see the little oopsies. Exactly. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. We are apparently at war, not at war. It's strategic, military. We're at war. Legally and illegally. Whoa. Sorry about the thrill cam. Apparently we've got 6 dead and And a bunch of wounded. The rumor that's circulating, at least in the places that I hang out, is that he pretty much got double dog dared by Bibi and maybe Saudi. So that's good enough reason. That's good enough reason. And you got Pete Chestbeater out there talking about how we're not going to do politically correct war. We're here to win. I think I liked him better when he was drunk. What are we doing? What are we doing? Huh? Jiminy. No, it's Jiminy. He is my ring bearer. Yep. Very exciting video this morning, I'm aware of that. Yeah, I woke up to Tom Baker, Ark in Space, Sarah Jane Harry, good stuff. I was going through the room to get something a couple minutes ago, and Centauran Experiment was on. Also, I think that actually might be the episode after. I think that actually may be consecutive chronological order broadcast. I think. I'm not positive of that, but I think so. Yeah. I think so. Because it ends with them using a transmat to get to Earth, and then they are transmatted to Earth at the beginning of... So I think it's actually consecutive. I think they're wearing the same costumes, so yeah, I think so. Guessing. I wasn't watching it when it was broadcast initially. No, actually, my first episode was Genesis of the Dialects. I don't know if those came before or after. Because I don't know, because watching Roku, I don't know the chronology so much. I mean, I know what is Third Doctor, I know what is Fourth Doctor, but I don't necessarily know the order of, you know what I mean? I know that all 9 of the Leela episodes would have been in a row. You know, I know Face of Evil is her first one, and Invasion of Time is her last one, because she gets there, she leaves, you know, it's... But the in-between, not totally sure. Makes sense. There are a couple of defining things here and there that make me think this would be towards the beginning of her run, towards the end of her run. You know, Key to Time. That one's an easy one to keep track of, because how many key pieces do they have, you know? But some of the other stuff, it's like, same 2 companions, so somewhere in this time period. I don't know. Yeah, I got up pretty early, only got about 4 hours sleep, but I wanted to make sure that I was awake. Because doctor's appointment, we can't afford to not, you know, show up. They get really crabby about that, so I'm going to keep this one short. Yeah. I'm special. I'm not certain what I'm drinking. I think Alex got creative. It's okay. So, hug your parents, hug your kids, make it a great day.